Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So nice to see you all again. Barakallahu feekum. Now, brother conducted the class on Dama'ir. Pronouns are called as Dama'ir. Now, Dama'ir. Okay, for the plural, it's called as Dama'ir. If you're calling for a single pronoun, it is called as Damir. Damir or Dama'ir. Fine, this is just to get the words in place, that's it. Even if you don't remember, it's okay. Okay? It's not required for you to memorize all the terminologies. If you understand the concept, it's okay. But still, if you learn the words, it'll be useful at some point of time, inshallah.
After meme, that is Hamza.
This is Hamza.
And what is below that?
Ra.
Below this.
Kasra.
Yeah.
Dama'ir. Okay. There is a table which will help you to memorize it well. Muslimun, plural is Muslimuna. The Sheikh will explain to you about the signs to identify the singular and the plural. You asked the question, how do we immediately identify that Muslimatun is actually plural? How do we immediately identify? So for which he will tell you the signs of identifying the plural from the singular. Muslimatun has got certain features. Muslimatun has got certain features. By looking at it, you can say, oh, this is plural. Inshallah ta'ala, he will conduct that. Anyway, just to give a hint on that, Muslimatun comes with ta marbuta. Ta marbuta is the goal ta, the goal ta, the round ta. When you see the round ta, you have to understand this is singular. It's very easy for you to understand. When you see the round ta, it is singular. But when you find alif and then ta mudawwara, ta mudawwara. Okay, let me just say. The first one is called as ta marbuta. Ta marbuta, if you see, it is a sign of a singular feminine. If you see the ending with the ta mudawwara, then you can understand this has got something to do with the plural. And you will generally find for the feminine prefixed with alif. Muslimatun, muslimatun. So it will be very easy for you to identify. This is one way. There are many other signs, alamat, for you to understand. Now, damir. Why do we use pronouns? Pronouns are used to replace the nouns. So generally, we are talking about somebody, and in between we want to use an alternate word, and for which we use the pronouns. Brother rightly said, huwa muslimun and hum muslimuna. In Arabic, you have even for dual, even for two. Even for two members. Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimuna. Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimuna. So when you find Muslimani, whenever you find Muslimani, then you have to understand these are two members. This is talking about dual, two members. Like for example, Kitabun, Kitabani, Kutubun. Single book is called as Kitabun. Kitabani, two books. Kutubun, Baitun, Baitani, Buyutun. So you have to understand whenever you find this ani, it is for dual. When you find, anytime you find that, Baitun, you find Baitani, then it is two. Is easy for you? Yes. And Muslimatun, singular, Muslimatun, plural. Now for dual, the Muslimani we already have. Muslimatani. Muslimatani. So when you have Muslimun, you have to make it into dual, then it becomes Muslimani. The same thing you want to make it the dual of Muslimatun, Muslimatani. It's easy, isn't it? So dual is very much important because I have to cover the table. So the table would be something for you to memorize in the mind. It is in the form of a poem. In the form of a poem which Sheikh Asif Meherali, he's from Canada. He happened to take the classes with these poems. It makes very easy. Just for you to remember. Huwa is for singular. He. And for two members, when you're referring to they two members, for men, you use huma. Huma. Like how Muslimani, huma Muslimani. Huwa Muslimun, huma Muslimani, hum Muslimuna. Here, Muslimatun, huma Muslimatani, hunna Muslimatun. Hunna Muslimatun. You understood this? Concept is understood? Huma is for two. Both for male and for female. Both for Mudakkar and for Muannas. Masculine and feminine. I'm giving you alternate words. Masculine and feminine. Mudakkar, Muannas. So we understood Huwa is for he. Singular. Huma is for two members. Two men. Whom? Many men. Then here, singular for a lady, for the feminine. Here. Then huma for two women, or two feminine. Hunna, many women. Okay. Anta, you. Antuma. Again you have antuma. For two of you. Two of you men or two of you women, you have antuma. Okay? Anta, antuma, antum, all of you. Masculine. Generally, there's one qaida, one rule. If you have men and women mixed and you want to refer, you can say antum. All. Even if there are women and men together, you can say at once antum. But if there are, specifically just women, then antunna. Okay, I'm coming to this. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. You have antunna. Ana, why? I'm alone. Ana, nahnu, we all. Okay, you understood all the concept now? Yes. Huwa is understood? Huma, hum. Here, huma, hunna. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Ana, nahnu. Understood? Clear? So the song goes like this. Yeah? Yeah. Which Muslimani, Muslimatani, that's how generally it comes. Yes, you're asking Aini, why it comes to this? This man is too further. Inshallah. We will touch on that also. There is a case. There is genitive case, then accusative, and there is nominative case. That is marfu, mansub, and majroor. I will explain to you, then you will understand. The same mani will become maini. The same mani will become maini. Why it becomes maini, I will tell you later. So don't scare the people here, okay?
Don't jump the gun this way, right?
He is going too fast.
Or don't do too much of homework.
Don't do too much. I think you are spoiling them too much. Okay. It goes like this. Huwa huma hum. Hiya huma hunna. Huwa huma hum. Hiya huma hunna. Anta antuma antum. Anta antuma antum. Anti antuma antunna. Anti antuma antunna. Ana nahnu. Ana nahnu. Khalas. So if you memorize it this way, you can keep it in your mind. It's a table. I'll put it up in the table also. Huwa, huma, hum. Hiya, huma, hunna. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Ana. You want me to write? Huwa, huma, hum. Huwa, huma, hum. Hiya, huma, hunna. Hunna. Yeah. Why it is huma only? That is how Arabic language. Certain things, it is just the way the language is. I mean, just like that. Say for example, why is that we don't have dual in English? Because in English there is no dual. When I'm saying you are good, when I say you are good, how many of them are we referring to? Is it for singular? It can be for singular also. You are good. You are good. You are good. You are good. So again, I have to introduce to make it very clear. So similarly, every language has got its own way. The thing is, Arabic is so much like mathematics. So we tend to ask this question, why? Why is that there is? But in other languages, we generally don't ask this, because we have everything in its own place. So we want to know, why not for this? In Arabic, we pose these questions. Can you read it? Easy? Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. Anta, antuma, antum. I think I will erase this and write again the next following ones. Have you written everything? Okay. No tashdid. Sakin. If the sakin is not given, then understand that the sakin is there. So once you have it in your mind, huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. Shall we, or shall I write here? Huh? But I will have to squeeze it down.
No, not below the line.
Don't, no? Till here I can write.
Yeah.
Okay, I will write anti. Sorry. Anti, antuma, antunna. Okay, ana and nahnu, I'll write it here. So it will occupy. Ana, nahnu. huwa, huma, hum. Here, huma, hunna. Antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Ana, nahnu. If you go to Saudi and somewhere in the Arab world, you will find different kind of colloquial, and instead of saying anta, they will say inta. Inta and inti. So that is like colloquial, but this is the pure Quranic Arabic. In the Quranic Arabic, you will call it as anta only. Anta and anti. No inta and inti. Saudi, if you go, there are so many things you will come to know, which is not according to the Quranic Arabic, among the common people. So, last week we learned about the smallest part of the sentence. What is it called? Kalam. Al-Kalam. Kalam, Abdul Kalam, you can remember. Kalam means speech. Kalam. It has got three parts. The three parts include ism, fail, harf. MashaAllah. These are the three parts. Ism means nouns, fail means verbs, and harf means prepositions. Now, we haven't really delved into much of verbs. We have given you so many nouns. Now, once we get into the world of verbs, then you will be like swimming there so much. You'll have to be a marathon runner once you get into the verbs. So we haven't given you the verbs yet. The verbs are of so many categories, which we haven't really gone into. But for a sentence, sentence is called as jumla. Jumla. Even in also jumla, they say. So the sentence generally, we require verb also. So sentences are of two types. Jumla ismiya, jumla failiya. So we learned what is jumla ismiya. When the sentence starts with the noun, then it is jumla ismiya. When the sentence starts with the verb, jumla failiya. Okay, that's very easy. That's very nice. So, the brother asked a question for which we need to answer. Shall we rub it off? Erase it? No, you asked the question, why is that it becomes, changing the form, like kitabani, kitabaini, and all these things you were asking. I need to explain this. What is this? Muhammadun. What is this? Muhammadan. Muhammadin. So you see these three forms. These three forms, you'll find it in the vocabulary when you're speaking, while you're framing the sentences. But the original is this. This is the original. In the original form, you will find it as Muhammadun. The same Muhammadun would change its forms according to the situation. The same word would change its forms according to the situation. So this is called as marfu. Marfu, when you find two dhammatan or dhammatain, it is called as dhammatan or dhammatain. When you find, the dhammatan on the top towards the end, then you have to understand this is marfu. Marfu. It's in marfu state. Then this is called as nominative state. Nominative state in English. When you find with fathatain or fathatan, you have the fatha on the top, then it is mansub. Mansub. The same thing if you find kasratain or kasratan, you see Muhammadin, this portion, then it is called majroor. 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 Okay, you want me to write? Yeah. I will tell you. I'll give you with an example, inshallah. Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin.
Muhammadur.
That is like while reading only. See, you are, because of the reading qaida, the rules of reading, because of that it becomes Muhammadun only actually. It is Muhammadun Rasulullah. So when you are joining both, you will read with Muhammadur Rasulullah. Like it is not huruf shamsiya kind, it has got a rule, qaida. The qaida is like when you have sakin or the dhammatain followed by ra or lam, then it will get assimilated. Okay. So marfu, mansub, majroor. So when I say dun, it is marfu. When I say dan, it is mansub. When I say din, it is majroor. You know, dun, dan, din. Dun, dan, din. You heard this? Sheikh Asif Ali? He's got a poem for this also. He sings for all the same. When I say dun, it is marfu. When I say dan, it's mansub. When I say din, it's majroor. You know, it goes like that. So it is for you to understand that the original state is Muhammad. Then it becomes Muhammadan according to the situation. And it also becomes Muhammadin according to the situation. According to the way the sentences are framed. That's all. But in the original state, it is Muhammadun. You understand? Original state, it is Muhammadun only. But now we will have examples of the three. Examples of the three.
What is it called? First is nominative. The other two.
Nominative. Second one is accusative. Nominative, accusative, and genitive. In English, if you want to know. But generally, if you know in English. Yes. Genitive.
I don't think you would have ever read in English. So if you have not read, don't note it down.
Another terminology why you want to add up, but nevertheless, for those who want to refer at some point in time, maybe you have got all these things, some point of time you want to learn, you want to connect with things to further your knowledge, then it can be useful, inshallah. But otherwise, if you understand the concept, is sufficient. So brother will be giving you more of the drill, so that we ensure that you have understood the concept. If you understand the concept, we are done with it, inshallah. When I say Ana Muhammad, do you find dan or din? Or dun? Dun. Ana Muhammadun. Okay? When I say? When I say Ana Muhammadun, I am Muhammad. So it is in a nominative marfu state. Now if I'm saying this book belongs to Muhammad, when I say this book belongs to Muhammad, now you have to bring it out in the sentence form. So for which I'll be teaching you a very good concept in the Arabic language grammar. Very, very important concept. Inshallah, you will have to concentrate on that now. But if I have to say, it is the book of Muhammad. I mean, it is a book which belongs to Muhammad. So how do we bring it? I hope you're all reading. You can read. Kitabu Muhammadin. Now you're getting the new concept. This is new. This is absolutely new. So far we haven't touched this. Now we are opening up. We are finding two things, two words. Kitabu Muhammadin and you have, for the first time, you're seeing Muhammadin in the sentence. It is in majroor form. Why? Because you want to say this book belongs to Muhammad. Kitabu Muhammadin. Generally, in the original form, the word kitab was kitabun. Last week we learned, if it is kitabun, what does it mean? Translate it, please. A book. If I have to say the book, what do I have to do? Al-Kitabu. MashaAllah ta'ala. So, Nakira and Marifa. So when I say Kitabun, then it is Nakira, a book. If I have to say the book, Al-Kitabu. So, Kitabun, from the Dhammatain, it has become only Dhamma. One Dhamma is removed. So it changes, isn't it? Similarly, from Kitabun, here you will find it as Kitabu. If you have to join two things, and to make one believe that this first word which you're adding, it is something which is possessed by the second word. Okay? The first word, whatever you add, it is possessed by the second word.
But it was wow, right? Wow.
Which one?
And
Here there is no wow. If I say wow, then again it will become and. We are going to say that this book belongs to Muhammad.
yeah.
So Kitabu Muhammadin. So the rule is that from the original state, Kitabun, one will be removed and thrown away. You don't have it.
Why not Haza? Haza Kitab, Kitabu Muhammadin.
Haza Kitabu Muhammadin, that's right. But you're bringing Haza, which is giving more information that this is the book of Muhammad. But you can add it, that's not a problem. That is an extra information. But what I'm trying to say, what you should understand, the original was Kitabun, but it has become Kitabu when I have to join two words. So Kitabu Muhammadin. This is called as Mudaf ilayhi. Mudaf ilayhi. Amongst the grammatical rule, this one rule which is called as Mudaf ilayhi. This first word would become the Mudaf. The second word would become Mudaf ilayhi. Okay, let's go further. Very easy. Okay. What is it for pen? Original state. Qalamun. Qalamun is the original state. Okay. It is in the marfu. Okay. It is in the marfu. It is qalamun. Now I have to make, if I have to say, the pen which belongs to Hamid, how do you bring it? One person, what do you say?
Kalabu Hamid.
Very good, very good. Can you give the last Arab?
Hamidin.
Very good, mashallah. So it is Qalamu Hamidin. It is Qalamu. You don't say Qalamun Hamidin. You will have to remove one of it amongst the Dhammatain and you will have to ward it off. You don't have that anymore. So Qalamu Hamidin, which means Hamid's pen. Hamid's pen. Qalamu Hamidin. It's clear now? So house, what do you say for house? Baitun. House which belongs to Khalid. Baitu Khalidin. Very good, very good. MashaAllah. Mudaf ilayh. Yeah, mudafun. Ilayh. Clear? So if I say Baitun and Hamidun, I have to bring these two together. So two nouns are there. Baitun is a noun and Hamidun is a noun. So you're going to bring these two and make it into mudaf ilay. Baitu Hamidin. So this is the rule that you should understand. Baitu now Qalamu Khali Qalamu Khalidin. A dog which belongs to I want to give you something like Abbas. Okay, a dog which belongs to Abbas. Kalbu Abbasin. Yes. So that's how you will find mudaf ilay. This is kalamu.
Kalamu is pen.
Pen.
What question is that? So is it also noun? Mudaf.
Yes, both are nouns. Both are nouns. Ism is noun. Now we are talking about a rule. How these are called as possessed one and the one which is possessing. The possessed one is muzafun and the one which is possessing is called as muzaf ilay.
Possessor.
Mudaf ilay.
Possessor.
Yes, this is the possessor.
Possessor.
This is the possessed one. You can give some drill for them on to, to make them understand on this, inshallah. So what we try to explain here is that this end portion which you find, it will keep on changing. Like kitabun, kitaban and kitabin. It keeps on changing. So you have to understand why does it come in the state of marfu, why is it in the state of mansub, or why is it in the state of majroor. That's it. Sometimes when you want to discuss why it is in this state, then we will explain to you the grammatical rule. That's it. Now, why is it done? Sometimes you find it in. Why does it become done? Muhammadun, why does it become done? When a noun becomes an object, okay? When a noun becomes an object, then you will find it in the accusative form or the mansub. Like for example, Umar saw Khalid. Umar is seeing, Umar is a subject, and the one which is being seen is the object. So Umar saw Khalid. So when I say Khalid, then you will find Khalidan. Umar saw Khalidan. Understood? Umar would remain as Umar itself. Like for example, Abbasun saw Khalidan. Abbasun, it is like the subject. The subject will remain as it is in the marfu. Abbasun saw Khalidan. Khalidan will be in mansub. You will find the fatha. Fathatain you will find. So you understood this concept?
So here Dhammatain will not change.
Dhammatain of the subject will not change. The object will change. Object will be changing from Dhammatain to Fathatain. So when we change it to Fathatain or to Fatha, then that is called as the accusative form or the mansub. Marfu, mansub, majroor. Understood? So I saw somebody. That somebody is an object. So that somebody will become in the accusative form or the mansub. So I saw Muhammad. Muhammad will be in Muhammadan. Muhammad saw Muhammad. Muhammadun saw Muhammadan. Very easy, isn't it? I'm not giving you verb, I'm giving you saw. Because in Arabic I'll give you the verb. Because since we haven't gone into much of verbs, so I'm not introducing much. But for you to understand the concept, Muhammadun saw Muhammadan. The one who is seeing becomes Muhammadun. The one who is being seen, he becomes Muhammadan. So that's how dun becomes done. Okay, it becomes in mansub form.
So the second Muhammad is the object.
Second Muhammad is object. The first Muhammad is the subject. The second Muhammad is the object. Understood? Clear?
Now we are seeing one by one.
One by one.
First one,
First one I taught you marfu. Ana Muhammadun. Kitabu Muhammadin. Majroor also we finished. Ana Muhammadun. I am Muhammad. There's nothing that, it is in the marfu form. I am Muhammad. It's in its original form. Muhammadun. I saw Muhammad. Muhammadan. I saw Muhammad. Then it becomes Muhammadan. Then this book belongs to Muhammad. Kitabu Muhammadin. That's it. Majur, Mansub and Marfu.
One more sentence example.
Two or more objects, so that also becomes same.
There is a different name like name ends with Ra. The Abrar. So how will you?
Abrarun. Abrarun, again Abrarun, Abrarin, Abraran. Abbasun, Abbasan, Abbasin. Khalidun, Khalidan and Khalidin. Okay?
So by default, does every name end with
Un.
in
Yeah.
Arabic?
Yes. Majority of the masculine names end with un. Majority of the masculine, but there are some exceptions like Hamzatu. Hamzatu. Yeah. You will find it in the diploid form. That Hamzatu would be in more like, generally Khadijatu, you will find it as feminine. Fatimatu, feminine. But here you are having Hamzatu, which is masculine. So exceptional. Yeah. And same thing with Musa. You don't have un. Musa, Isa, you don't have. And Yusufu, you don't have Yusufun. So there is a rule for that. Okay, no, that's easy. So when you have a lot of exercise, you will find it very easy, inshallah. Exercise will start later on. First is understanding the concept. So Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. So now I will give you the word.
Brother,
Yes?
there's no definition in particular of marfu'a and something, so that we can understand the concept actually.
So only stop.
Like how we define noun, what is it?
Okay, if you have to understand, see, basically we have to understand it based on Arabic language. There is no concept of muzaf, muzaf ilayhi in English language at all. In English language we use apostrophe s to make something as something possessed by somebody. So the concept does not exist there. So what we can understand is once you understand the concept, then try to relate with that. You can, on a broader level, if you want to understand, kitabun, it is the subject. Kitaban, it is the object. And if it becomes like, Muhammadin, kitabu Muhammadin, then it is possessed. It is a possessed thing. Kitabu Muhammadin, kitab is been possessed by Muhammad. So one dhamma is removed from the kitabun. So that's how you should try to understand.
This I saw Muhammad saw has not been given to us yet.
I will give you. Now I'm going to give you. MashaAllah. I told you, students are very fast. Ra'aytu Muhammadin. I was telling you saw, isn't it? I saw. I saw. When I say I saw, it is Ra'aytu. I will not get into verbs at all. See, I told you from the beginning, I'm not getting into verbs. Verbs I will introduce slowly, very easily for you, inshallah. Verbs are very easy. Oh, sorry.
Muhammad
Yes. MashaAllah. Jazakumullah khairan. Thanks for correcting. I will not be delving too much into verbs, but just try to understand Ra'aytu means I saw. Ra'aytu Muhammadan. I saw Muhammad. It is inside this. That's why I said I want to touch. I is inside this. It has gone inside. So we will explain to you later. Verbs, don't get into it now. We will explain to you later on, inshallah. Ra'aytu Muhammadan. I saw Muhammad. So at this point of time, it is mansoob. Mansoob.
Why is that alif there after them?
That is the rule.
Okay.
That is the rule. That is the rule. In the right side, there are certain rules. We have to adopt them. There are certain exceptions. We have to acknowledge them. There are, as any language, like honor. H-O-N-O-U-R. What is the need for H there? Psychology. What's the need of P there? So there are certain exceptions also. You'll find it even here, inshallah.
Example of Khalid from Muhammad. Khalid right Muhammad then.
Ra'aytu Khalid. Okay. Khalid.
Ra'aytu Muhammad.
Ra'aytu Khalidun Muhammadan. Ra'a Khalid.
Okay.
It goes different, yes. I'm sorry. Ra'a is the third form. So Ra'aytu is in the for the mutakallim.
I saw. Ra'aytu is for I saw.
Yes. Ra'aytu for I. Ra'ayta. So that this will keep on changing according to I saw, you saw, he saw. So that is a separate subject. Inshallah, I will touch separately. Don't get into that.
No, don't need it.
Verbs are very easy actually, but I should start in an order. If I just introduce it now, you'll find it very confusing. So I should not introduce. If I do that, then it is not good for the class. So Ra'aytu Muhammadan. That much you understand. It changes its form from Muhammadun to Muhammadan. So the words are generally in three forms. That's all I want to make it known for you today. One is it is in marfu, it is in mansub, and it is in majroor. Dun, if I say Muhammadun, it is in marfu. Muhammadan, mansub. Muhammadin, majroor. These three things you should understand. Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. Marfu, mansub, and majroor. You understood these three things? What are these three things? Okay, anybody can explain all the three. What is, in which state you'll find marfu, which state you'll find mansub and majroor? Yes, with word Muhammad you can explain.
Muhammadun will be marfu. Muhammadan will be mansub. Muhammadin will be majroor.
Okay, so in Muhammad, in majroor, what is the sign? What will be the sign?
It will be kasratan.
Kasratan. In mansub,
Mansub other side.
in marfu, mashallah, barakallahu feek, hayakumullah. So this is nice. From here the Sheikh will explain to you about the alamat of the plural and singular. Concentrate on whatever you learn. Practice makes you better. Sure. Barakallah.